for one more call in the time that we have left, and let's see. Let's talk to Johnny in Des Moines. Hi, Johnny. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? Hi, Governor. Thanks for taking calls today.
You bet. Got to make it quick.
Okay, I'm just wondering why the state of Iowa is throwing people in jail for cannabis, which is safer than alcohol, while at the same time it profits from the sale of alcohol.
Well, you know, this is another term for marijuana, but it is illegal, and I think there's a lot of problems associated with that as well. So I don't think the people of Iowa are ready to legalize marijuana. Some of the states have gone the direction of you know, these medical marijuana situation. They even had to vote in California on that, and it was defeated at the polls in the last election. So if they're not going to have it in California, it's certainly not going to be coming to the state of Iowa.
Well, we appreciate your call, Johnny. Well, in just a few minutes left, you're going to be at the Iowa State Fair. You've got a presence at the fair as well.
You bet. Well, we're going to have a booth at the fair. We'll be spending a lot.
Here to let you know when it's late and you look too tired for the cops. Don't punch out to them. Stay home. Munch out. Call 515-287-4224. Cheese Castle Pizza, Burger Time, Speedy Taco. They bring it late. 287-4224. Located 1101 Army Post Road for carryout. South side, just west of Southwest 9th.
All right, welcome everybody. Show 4, DMLive.tv, Green Central Station. Special episode today. I got a special guest in the house. Lively, lovely Libra of the Libra Lounge every Sunday on Stickum and the Normal Network. Welcome, Libra.
Hi, Rev. Thanks for having me.
All right, what do you think?
I think this is really cool.
I know, it's pretty awesome just sitting here in a field of marijuana. That's what they call it.
A beautiful day for it.
Yes, it's a wonderful day here at Green Central Station. And we're trying to get some videos together. Got a call-in number, 515-442-0401. I want to give big thanks to Cheese Castle Pizza for a sponsor of DMLive.tv Studios. And we're going to play a video pretty soon. Chronic Future, some of you heard about it. Have you heard about that, Lisa? Rick Simpson?
Yeah, well, I saw an old Rick Simpson video, but this is new, right?
Right. I guess there's a new documentary coming out. Dr. Melamede, he's really noted in medical marijuana research. And yeah, it's coming out, Chronic Future. We'll be able to play that video. So, what else you know, Lisa? How's that Libra Lounge? I really enjoy watching that every Sunday morning. A big shout out to everybody from the Libra Lounge watching us here on Green Central Station.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We have gathered quite a following of Sunday morning guests.
Right.
Because we're now having our regulars on the show. We have a new segment called The Libra's Couch. And it kind of started with you when we had that really nice long conversation. And we decided that it's interesting to get to know the people that we hang out with every week. So that's going well.
Yeah, I hope you all like my shirt, Chicken Pot Pie, Reefer Gladness. A comedian gave me this shirt. It's pretty neat, huh?
Chicken Pot Pie.
So, both Lisa and myself, we're both advocates, for medical marijuana here in the state of Iowa, because both of us have treatable conditions with medical marijuana. And the one thing they're bringing up in Michigan, they were trying to take glaucoma off of the condition that you can, because there's better medicine. I mean, that was just like nuts.
I know, that's right, and that really concerned me, and I asked Dr. Mitch about it on Normal Show Wednesdays, and he said that, if you do the drops, then it controls the glaucoma, but what I'm finding is the drops aren't controlling my pressures. So I think a double dose. Why not do the drops and some cannabis and hopefully reduce the pressures to prevent blindness, because that's what the end result would be.
Yeah, exactly. And so with that going on, and we're still getting zero traction in the state of Iowa, and something we're going to get into too is a lot of you out there, we're here in Iowa. We have no medical marijuana law.
No.
We only have just straight underground access to marijuana, or whatever, however you want to consume
The
it.
unregulated
The
market.
unregulated market, you know, and that's pretty much what's going on in all states anyway. Even the states that have medical marijuana, like when the New Jersey weed man was here and stopped in, and you know, he'd been living out in California. His trial's coming up next week. He's going to represent himself.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and,
New Jersey's all messed up because of Governor Christie.
Yeah, and see, the thing about it is, he's like, yeah, people want to, you know, in the states like Iowa, and they just want to point fingers and think that that's the only place in California people get marijuana from, and that's all that exists. You know, I'm like, I know that it's not the case, but, you know, he's like, oh yeah, he's like, there's a serious, you know, there's an underground market in every state of the United States, you know, and it's like, people in Iowa like to point fingers at the states with medical marijuana laws that have stores.
Right, like it's bad.
Or colleges, or like we're going to talk about Oaksterdam getting raided.
Oh, horrible thing happened on Monday.
You know, and that's I'm hoping you have that one video from Oaksterdam. Was that one of them where the guy was where Mickey Martin was all yelling at him? They're like, "Go away!" Or they're like, "DA, get out of California!" And what else? The people were smoking weed and holding bags of weed protesting.
Were they?
Were they? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
footage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, So it's like, how can you be, you know, part of the raid as far as DA and stand there just standing guard on this building where people are, you know, waving bags of weed and smoking weed right in front of you when you're supposed, you know. How do you go home and be like, oh, I got to come back out and do that again tomorrow?
Yeah, but you know, Richard Lee's in the news again today, and it's kind of a really sad story. So yeah.
So what he said, he was going to step down.
Yeah.
From Oaksterdam, he's going to.
He's out of the business, is what
I mean, he's pretty much out of the business when the DA came and took his safe.
Okay.
See, I was going to use that video today. There's a video clip of them loading the Oaksterdam safe.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess so. Some of the protesters, man, rock on, man. They spray painted like "Go Away DA" on the side of the like Ryder truck or whatever. Yeah, you know. So you know. So I want to give big shout out to all the people that showed up and protested the DEA during that raid, and that was terrible because, you know, from what I've seen and what I've read, and I've been, you know, involved as an activist over the last, you know, going on some years or whatever, but, you know, I've read a lot of developments out there in Oakland and Oaksterdam and how Richard Lee was just pretty much revitalized that whole district to the downtown and cleaned it up. And,
yeah, I
and
guess
made
it's
other
incredible.
Other places wanted to come in and open businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're so stupid. They raided one of his former locations. It's a different business now.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even have the updated information. You'd think the federal government could get it right.
So yeah, they got the Oaksterdam, and then it was like the Blue Sky Coffee Shop or something like that.
Yeah, that's at the former location of the Blue Sky Coffee Shop.
Right, and then they went to his house, come in there with guns drawn on him. You know, the guy's in a wheelchair. You know, he probably wasn't when they came in his house. He was in his bed, but I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, that's really necessary.
And okay, here's another point I want to bring up about the protesters screaming at the DEA. On that day, there was some gunman, some deranged gunman let loose in some college there, some Christian college or something.
Catholic, I think.
Catholic, whatever. Some.
I know, and so half the Oakland police force.
Yeah, so
it's at the Oaksterdam.
Yeah, so they're.
Well, I don't know that for sure. I made that up, but I think.
But they're using resources to catch, to raid this marijuana facility when they could have been like somebody trying to prevent this guy from doing what he did.
Yeah.
How do you prevent, putting a gun in somebody that's not mentally stable's hands and they're ready to, I don't know.
Yeah, and yesterday, Russ Belville on Normal Show Live interviewed Richard Lee and on the phone, and he just seemed like a really grounded, solid guy, kind of a businessman who's in it to help patients, and he just sounded deflated. And I wasn't surprised with the news today that he stepped down.
He's going to step down, and maybe they move it to another location. Did he say anything like that?
No, I haven't heard that yet, but I just think his legacy will live on. I think he just really paved the way. It was a visionary. He is a visionary. And Oaksterdam, the actual science of growing for patients is very noble.
Definitely.
And I just can't believe that President Obama is allowing this to happen. under the guise of Michelle Leonard.
Leonhard. The fact that he brought her in as to stay over DEA.
A Jeb Bush
exactly.
appointee.
Exactly.
I mean, doesn't it? You know, you got to think. What was he thinking? Because he did give us hope during the campaign.
Yeah, you got a lot of votes. You got a lot of
And
votes.
people are grumbling now
yes.
about it. Very loudly. And it's,
very loudly. And how about Ron Paul, man? Did you see that, Clark? I know you're a Ron Paul supporter and following in his activity. And you know, he did a speech at UCLA yesterday, in at the tennis arena or whatever. And, you know, it holds like I don't know how many thousand people, but the place is packed. It's like Mitt Romney holds an event, and there's like 1,000 people there. Ron Paul holds an event.
They had to pay.
Yeah, you know, how is that? How is that when it comes down in November, when we all vote, that the Paul's not going to get more votes than more people? I just don't see how that's
Well, the same thing happens in elections where they pull and pull and pull, and the Democrats are ahead, and all of a sudden the Republicans squeak out a win, and no one even knows where these voters came from.
People in the voting machines.
Exactly. And that has been all but proven in 2000 and 2004.
Yeah.
With Bush.
Yeah, times two. Exactly.
I can't believe they didn't do that recount. I still can't believe it.
I know! What is that? And, you know, the fact that Gore won the popular vote, that gets me kind of...
Well, yeah, and then it goes, then it comes out of the delegates and all that, so then it should be popular vote, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Electoral College. I don't understand that a lot. My husband, Mr. Libra, certainly does.
Right, but then him trying to explain it to you, it's like, how is that?
People are hand-picked.
In every election, it's always comes down to the total vote, no matter what it is. You know, sometimes it's whoever gets the most votes against the other person. Sometimes, like, when it comes to, like, changing marijuana laws, you gotta get more than 50% of the ballot box. You know what I mean? But it's like, when somebody gets elected, one person's gotta get more votes than the other person. So if one person gets 20%, the other person gets 30, and then they got 30.
You think?
Well, yeah. Well, that's how it usually works, you know. But 50 or 40-some%. Yeah, it's got to be like a 46, 44. And
You just did math. I'm really
impressed.
impressed.
I know. I don't know. Well, everybody, this is Green Central Station here at the highest show in Des Moines. Welcoming to this episode, Lively Libra, and with our awesome producer Clark. Hey, we're talking about the Occupy movement, and I just want to give a big shout out to Dave Vidner, man. They hung jury on that. What's the other gentleman's name? USB. Yeah, awesome. Props to those guys, and props to the jury for hanging it. Hey, I want to go home.
I guess there was, they're split down the middle, 3-3, and no one on either side changed. They were just, 3 were like, guilty, we're not swaying on this one, and 3 were like, no.
They said the ones that said he was guilty were just saying he was guilty because of the mugshot on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, I'm making a mockery out of it because David posted that the prosecutor entered as evidence his mugshot that he had posted on Facebook.
With a timestamp or something?
I don't know. It's just I don't know why she entered it as evidence. It was just that was the picture. You know? I mean, anybody can get that picture from the Polk County Jail website.
Well, yeah, they publish it everywhere.
Yeah, I know. It's just because he posted it on his Facebook. They wanted to use that as evidence of what? You know? We know he was there. Okay, he was arrested for peacefully protesting, and you know, it's like.
Well, Ed did that too, and actually a lot of kids did.
Yeah,
like
I did. I mean, I've done that. I mean, I'm sorry I went to jail for what I went to jail for. The laws are like they are, but still.
Well, yeah, if you're unrighteously imprisoned, you know, and you put your prison photo on there, it draws awareness to the issue, to the right.
Definitely does. It's like. What are you saying? It's like, oh, they were trying to say, oh, he's an activist. He was arrested for, injustice, for that. So, props to the occupiers for getting off on that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I hope the New Jersey weekend, same thing happens with him, because he's representing himself, and he's going to get a fix with people on his jury. So
when is that?
It starts next week.
Next week?
Yeah, so maybe I'll get some exposure over the road and entry and everything like that. It's new,
And you can see that video on this site.
No, just on my. Yeah, you can. You can on the previous episodes that I got posted on there.
You can see.
And in the blog.